You're this perp back with another video, and I just got done checking out episode 5, season 10 of Shameless. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and follow me on Twitter at perpminer420. Yeah. So man, a lot was going on in this episode, A lot was going on with Debbie, Veronica, Lip and Tammy, even we got some Carl and Kelly and I finally know her name now, and her whole family. And I think that whole thing is gonna blow up in their face with just the way things are going. So the episode pretty much starts off with Ian getting out of jail, and him and Lipper, they have these back and forths, just conversating, catching up, and you see that Ian is kind of having a hard time. Not a hard time, but he's got to adjust to being out and about. And when he first gets there, back to the house, nobody's there. Everybody's gone doing their thing, and the house is filled with Mexicans. So it kind of gets him down, but he's able to get a new job. It's like a janky ass EMT type job that's kind of like under the table type of thing. I don't know how that's going to play out going forward, but it's kind of shitty because he kind of has no choice at this point. He's only got to do it for like 2 years, and then he's good, but anything can happen. I think by the time this season ends, things are going to implode, just with ICE looking for and illegal family members that are just chilling at this house, chilling at the Gallagher's house. It's not looking really too good for them, but switching things over to Veronica real quick, because I'm gonna just go all over the place with this. Veronica, she got hooked up by Mimi with a new job, pretty much selling different types of drugs, experimental drugs, to different hospitals around Chicago, I'm assuming. But meanwhile, you have Kev pretty much getting a visit from an old friend that he used to go to school with, and his friend is trying to get a bunch of people together to pretty much collect some money off of this coach that used to molest these kids back in the day. And it's kind of a weird storyline if you ask me, but it was funny that Kev kind of took offense to it. And anyways, going to Carl, Tammy, and Ann, this kind of little love triangle. Find it kind of interesting that Kelly comes back all of a sudden, and you could tell she's kind of jealous of Ann and is wondering why she's there and whatnot. But come to find out, Kelly gave Carl syphilis and whatnot, and this leads them to kind of part ways. So speaking of visitors, Frank gets a visit from Ingram's husband, and tries to give the babies back from the previous season that Ingram had. And Frank doesn't want anything to do with the kids because he got paid for it. So then he comes up with an idea that he's going to just take one kid, because he's coming up with a scheme. Carl's in on it too, and he finds out these are his kids, which is pretty funny how he kind of reacts to that. Really interesting stuff. I don't know exactly what they're going to do with the kids. I think they're going to try to just sell the kid off pretty much, which is a kind of a interesting theme throughout this episode. Just what it means to have children, and what are you willing to give up just so you could get a little bit of money. Speaking of which, Debbie is out here wilding and trying to get money from her dead baby dad, Derek, and stuff, and just pretty much spends most of the episode running around trying to chase Derek's new wife or widow, whatever you want to call her now, to give her a subpoena. And it kind of backfires on her because now she's in a dilemma, and Peppa is willing to make an agreement with Debbie. She will give her a third of the inheritance, or just the money that she wants, but in return she has to give up full custody of Franny, which I don't know, man. Is Debbie really willing to throw it all away, like give away Franny just like that for some money? I don't know, man. I think it's gonna get a little bit dark for Debbie these next few episodes. It's gonna be interesting to see what decision she makes, but I don't know. I think it would be kind of scummy of her, but she is a Gallagher at the end of the day, so we never know what can possibly happen. So then we go to Lip and Tammy, and Lip and Tammy are kind of just adjusting to being parents. Lip is just super overprotective, and Tammy's kind of losing her mind at first, because she wants to really lock this shit down and just be able to do this on her own. But Lip kind of messes that up by calling Sarah. Sarah being the chick that we saw in last week's episode, to kind of help Tammy. And that wasn't really a good look for Lip to do, because I think these two are going to be bumping heads for a couple episodes, or we're just going to see what happens with that. But I enjoyed this episode. I thought it was really solid. A lot of things that Ian was talking about had me thinking, like, when he said, is this genetic, that we just fall in love with just crazy people? And I like that. It was really deep. And Lip is trying to get his shit together, Ian's trying to get his shit together, everybody's trying to get their shit together in a different way. And I just really enjoyed this episode. But what do you guys think about this episode? In the comments below, let me know. Like I said, I think things are going to start to implode. It's only about a matter of time, man. But until next week, I will check y'all out later. Peace.